Hello, I'm Patrick Howell, here to present my Dungeon Runner game for the procedural programming course MET3 AUCBH. I'll be dividing this presentation up into two parts, as I'm currently having trouble recording all of it in one piece without it blowing up. Now, we'll be including the IR stream for the basics of the programming, as well as the conio.h library for the getChar function call used and explained later on. First of all, we have the struct defining our enemies, so as to set up the char boolean and two integers. These two integers are set for the coordinates, and will be used for the coordinates of the enemies. This boolean will be making sure that they're active throughout the game, and the char will be the chosen symbol of the enemies on the board game. Followingly, and also this struct is set up so that we don't have to write up all these every single time we need them. Instead, we can simply call the struct enemies at a later point. The struct can be resembled to that of a class, if you will. We have the enemy array, remembering that there are 3 spots here for our 3 enemies, since an array starts from 0, so there's 0, 1, and 2. We have the structure of the maze set up here, the height, the width, and the various blocks set up there as walls. And then down here we have the map draw function, telling it to send 0 back, return 0 with the void. Then we have the initial printing of the maze with these variables here, and instead of writing these every single time we want to draw the map on top of something we've done, we can simply call this function mapDraw. We have the main integer starting here, and we have the cout press any key to start, as that will be the relevant way of starting the game, since any key on the keyboard will actually be able to start it. We have the getChar function, as I mentioned earlier, function call, which is for the purpose of the keyboard immediately responding to a click, instead of, for example, moving up, pressing W key, and then pressing enter. The character in the game will immediately respond to the clicking of the W case. We call this move, as this is what we use to move around our player. We have the various settings for our player, the chair being the @ symbol, as well as its starting position being 1.1. And then we have the coordinates of the player being set equal to player. However, this definition is what will be used mostly throughout the code. Secondly, we have the struct instances, meaning that we have the main struct here, as is seen thrown down here, and then we have the various instances subsequent to the main struct. I'll be explaining the first here, as these are identical except for what symbol they have in the game, position, and their placement in the array. Now, we have the definition of the name of the first. We have the naming of the first enemy, saying enemy1. We have enemy.symbol, putting it to an A, so that it is an A within the maze. We have saying that the boolean is true, saying that it is active. And then we have the X and Y coordinates for the enemy. And then we have the coordinates actually being implemented here. So here we only define the variables, the values, whereas here we actually implement them as coordinates in the actual maze. And then we have its placement, the enemy's placement within the enemy array. This goes on throughout these 3. I'll be creating the first part here, and we continue it in part 2.